All right, you guys, we are live again. So, hi, I am Dara. I am back with part 7 of the Vengeance is Mine interviews. I'm here with the lovely Lataurias Kai Brown, who plays Jamaica on the show Vengeance is Mine. She is also serves as the associate producer of the show. We're gonna just talk about her role in her role. So technically, she has a dual role in the show, and we're just gonna just chat. Thank you for joining me. How you doing this?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you, my
You're,
lovely babies.
you're welcome. So, talk to me about this is what I want to first know. How did you get into the acting field?
Um, let's acting is something that I've always wanted to do. It was like my second passion. Um, let's see, I received a message via messenger about the Vengeance is Mine needing extra back in 2001. And I got it a little late. I opened it up. I didn't open it up until um October, the end of October, November, sometime like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that the date was already passed and everything like that. But the person that sent it to me, I reached out to him and he told me that they were still looking for extras and he gave me Miss Shatoya's information. I messaged her and everything went from there. I showed up
Okay.
extra
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote a role for me as Jamaica. She wrote me in as Jamaica. But
Mm-hmm.
acting is something that I've always wanted to do.
So, did you act before Vengeance is Mine?
Just in school dramas, that's it.
School dramas. Okay.
Hmm.
Um. Now, recently, while you guys were in like in production, post production of Vengeance is Mine, you were a cast member of the play Cast the First Stone.
Yes, yes. I was
Talk
in Cast
to me
the
about-
First Stone and I also was in What She Won't Do for Love.
Okay, tell me about those two plays.
Those plays, What She Won't Do for Love, came around after I showed up to be an extra in the show. One of the guys that I was talking to, um, in the very first one that we did, the very first filming that we did, we redid the party scene. But the
Mm-hmm.
very first party scene that we did, I was talking to a guy. That's actually what we're over in the corner talking about. He was telling me about the play. He's in a play, and he was telling me about the creator and the owner and producer of the plays and all that type of stuff. And that's how I got into that one. I showed up that following Tuesday and read a monologue from The Wizard of Oz, and I
Mm-hmm.
got a little small part, little small part. I was a waitress and the police officer, and that got me a bigger part in Cast the First Stone.
Okay, so that the first one you talk about is What She Won't Do for Love, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about Cast the First Stone.
Cast the First Stone. Cast the First Stone was about church and the church members. The mostly about the board members of the church.
Mm-hmm.
The pastor passed away, and there was some unscrupulous people that wanted to take his spot, but the other church members, they had to fight against that, and in the end, everybody came together, understood people's motives were, and praise God.
Okay, so let's talk about your character on Vengeance is Mine. You played Jamaica. She
Yes,
is, um, I guess I guess she's one of the Crank soldiers, right?
yes, she is, and also his side piece.
Okay.
Yes.
Lord, I was getting ready to get to that part. His side piece. Okay, so
Hmm.
she's his. So does she know she's his side piece?
Oh yeah, she's been down with him like 4 flat tires for years.
Okay, okay. So describe their partnership with each other.
Um, it is about getting this money,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that money comes first. I play my part. I know my part in his life, and That's to watch his back, and to just get that money with him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he gonna do whatever it is he gonna do, but that's not gonna stop us from getting his money.
Okay, so you're pretty much like his girl Friday, but you're his side piece. So you guys are lovers, but you're not the girlfriend.
No, I am not the girlfriend.
Okay. And your job is to make sure that them girls is doing his job, but also protect him. And you basically protect him like a protector
Mm-hmm.
from anything that comes his way. Any wrongdoing. There's a scene where I guess Dex comes in and you basically let him know, look, I will slice you up.
Most definitely.
Talk to me about talk to me about that sword.
Oh, that is a real sword. That is not a play sword. It's
Okay.
very much real. And that was the first time I got to unsheath it while we were filming. So that was a lot of fun. I actually love doing that. Um, that's just Jamaica's choice of weapon. Most people, they want to shoot a gun. And don't get me wrong, she can shoot a gun as well. But that sword, she'd rather fuck you up with that.
Yeah. I see that. I see that she don't play when it comes to that sword. She will sheath that thing quick, and she will let you know what time it is. That's what I got out of it. So
No, you can't be fucking with Crank.
next thing I want to talk about. All right, let's talk about that strip tease in episode 2. How was that?
Oh, that was a lot of fun for me. It was very uncomfortable for him.
Mm-hmm.
Very uncomfortable for him. But it was fun for me. Just just being sexy and knowing that I'm being
Mm-hmm.
filmed and it's going to be watched by many people. I
Mm-hmm.
had fun doing that. It
Yeah.
wasn't nothing just super disgusting or anything like that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my imagination went wild with me. Don't get me wrong. I started, honey. I started taking pole lessons.
Okay.
Yep, I started taking pole. I had so much fun doing it too. Um, because I wanted to do an actual dance. Not what I did. What I did was fine. Don't get me wrong, but I really wanted to do a real sexy dance. Um, and I got some information from Miss Latoya
Mm-hmm.
about the person that I was going to see, and we went from there. But that's not in there. So what I did is in there.
So y'all shot. You actually shot a scene on the pole too.
No, that's what I had wanted to do, but
That's so
time was
funny.
crunching down. Yes, time was
Will
crunching down.
Will we see that in season 2?
That's up to Shatoya because I got up there on that pole and I was spinning, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure your imagination went wild, with doing that strip tease. I was like, okay, look at her. She's brave. She's
That
brave.
wasn't. I mean, to me, that wasn't. You really consider that a strip tease? I don't
I mean,
know what I had in my head.
it's a clean strip tease. It's a rated PG-13 strip tease. Okay.
Hmm.
So I mean, but it was a bold strip tease. You know what I'm saying? So probably what you had in your head was to probably drop it off. But I don't know.
Yes, honey. Yes. As a matter of fact, because of that, when I started doing the pole lessons, I got me a personal trainer.
Hmm.
I was going all in because I wanted that scene to be awesome.
Hmm.
I wanted that scene to be awesome. But like I said, because of the crunch time,
Hmm.
I wasn't able to put in what I have learned.
Right. And in that scene, you basically, he calls you into, something has just occurred. He calls you into the room saying that he needs to relax, and you hear the clicking of the feet of you walking in the room.
Yes.
Well, most people don't know those are pretty much effects. You did not have on any shoes.
No, I did not. By the time we got to that that cut, the second, I don't know how many takes we had. By the time we got to that take, I had been in those heels for so long, I had
Mm-hmm.
to come out of them. And I man, Anthony was the one that was back there creating those sounds with those heels, and he was on point with it. He was
Yeah,
on point. That was not me. That was with them
yeah.
heels. He's a
Now,
click, click, click.
yeah, that was phenomenal. I mean, that was probably empowering for a lot of women. I mean, I know it was empowering for me, so I'm like, bravo to that striptease.
Thank
So
you, thank
you're
you.
welcome. Um, now now also when I watched the second episode, they're doing like a memorial for the character that is killed, Max. You're there in that memorial. You're
Hmm.
also there when your character's also there when Benji comes home. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, um, was First Lady Cross and Jamaica friends at one point in time?
No, not necessarily. But they do know of each other.
Okay.
They I mean, she used to be with the deacon, and the deacon's in the streets, so they
Right.
do know of each other, but not necessarily friends. Not at all.
So they knew each other because of the circles that they ran through.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, and
I
are
know
you
about his wife. Pastor don't know about his wife. I know about his wife.
Yeah, so everybody in that, everybody knows about his wife and what his wife does and all that, or what his wife did in the past, but him until
Hmm.
that's revealed later on in the series. Um, are you originally from Virginia? I'm just
No,
asking. Where
Mississippi.
so you came by way of military?
Yes,
Okay, I had an aunt. What part of Mississippi you from?
little town by the name of Ackerman, Mississippi. It's northern Mississippi.
Okay, so I have a good friend now from Grenada. My aunt, I think she was from Biloxi. She actually graduated from Russ College, and she's a nurse. You
Hmm.
were in too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
yeah,
Retired naval nurse. Yes, ma'am.
okay. How long were you nurse? Are you still currently doing nursing?
No, ma'am. No,
Oh, okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So so yeah, I could hear some country, not country, but some accent. So I just wasn't
Country is
sure.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, like people up north, they'd be like, I have family up in Northern Virginia, and they'll be like, "Well, y'all, we going down the country." I'm like, "This is just as much as the city as this is, but just a little behind." But um, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show some clips of you in action, um, on the show. The first one is going to be with you and Crank's sister, and the
Yes.
second one is going to be with you and Max, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about them. Okay. All
All
right.
right. Yes. Let's see this.
I know it looks bad now, but your brother loves you.
Sure, he loves me so much that he won't even try to understand how alone I feel all the time. With Grandma always at bingo, I'm just home alone. And honestly, he's turning out to be just like Mom, abandoning us just like her. I just want him to stay safe. I don't want to see another black man, my own brother, go to jail. He doesn't deserve that.
It's gonna be okay.
Thank you, but don't touch me.
That's why your little ass getting cussed out now. You're too damn grown for your own good.
Shut up.
All
She
right.
has a smart
So
ass mouth.
yeah, because does she call you a side piece on the show too?
Yes. Yes. She loves talking to me like that. Like, yes. She has a smart ass mouth.
Do you think we'll see more interaction between you and her in season two?
Hopefully, you don't see me whooping her little ass. Because that's what she needs. She needs her ass whipped. She too damn grown for her own good. But yes,
Oh,
I do foresee. She's a sweet girl though. Miss
right.
Zoe's a sweet, sweet baby. But
You
yes,
go.
I foresee us having some more interactions in season 2.
And some words.
Yes, yes. She
I
needs
could.
her ass whoop. I'm gonna tell you that.
So we're gonna play the second scene, the second clip. This is with you and Don Trey, who plays Max Cross on the show, and
Okay.
that one we're gonna talk about that one.
You'll
Okay.
take what the fuck he gives you. Anything else, you take it with that bitch ass deacon. And the next time you call me a bitch, it'll be your last.
Hey, who the fuck is you talking to like that?
You need crank. It's not the other way around, nigga. You'll take what the fuck he gives you.
Yes.
Hey,
Love it.
it's just the precision in the movie. You taking them glasses off, you letting him know what time it is.
You got to. You can't let these little guys run over you like that. Otherwise, they're gonna be calling you all them names. Like how he just did. He called me a bitch. Then it'll be a dumb bitch. No, you can't. Not in my face. You're not finna do that, baby.
Nah.
You gonna take what's given to you.
And you had that sword. Did you have that sword in your hand in that clip?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Let's watch it again. I want to watch it again.
Okay.
You'll take what the fuck he gives you. Anything else, you take it with that bitch ass deacon. And the next time you call me a bitch, it'll be your last.
Hey, who the fuck is you talking to like that?
You need crank. It's not the other way around, nigga. You'll take what the fuck he gives you.
Yay! That was
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Now, you are like a fashionista. Like when last night you had that bejeweled hat on. Now you got on this houndstooth jacket and hat. How did you contribute to Jamaica style?
When Miss Toya gave me creativity over that, I just want to be sexy at all times. A sexy, sexy but hard. Sexy guy, I guess you would say, at all times. I mean, that's just how I dress regardless. So
Yeah. like you gonna make that and just like, here I am.
yes.
It's one, you know what I'm saying? You have to do that. We as women have to do that. To let them know, hey, yo, I'm here. This is what I'm about. Let's do it. But I love your style in the show. There is a scene where you are actually in a boutique getting clothes with Crank.
Yes.
Tell me, how was that scene?
Oh, Sky got a smart ass mouth too. The actor, the character that she's portraying, she has a smart mouth too. But it was we had some fun though. We had fun filming that. But she has a smart mouth. I don't know if you guys notice her eyes, them rolling her eyes, flickering her eyes at me. But I had a nice time in there. Her clothes are absolutely amazing. She has some wonderful clothes. She actually owns a boutique. I'm not sure. It's Husky Chick, I believe. It's Husky Chick Boutique, I believe that's what it's called. And
Husky
those
Chick.
pieces are she has some beautiful stuff there. She has some real nice stuff. I really wanted those pieces, but at that time I couldn't get them, honey.
Yeah. Chris has a lot of amazing pieces and a huge selection of stuff. I mean, she caters to all women.
Yes.
And so she, I actually got a dress from her. I had weight loss surgery almost 3 years ago, and I got a dress from her, and I didn't put it on until I really was wanted to show off the results from the surgery. But she does have some good pieces, and it's good. I mean, I don't think that was used to market her business, but it was a great way to market her business on the show. So everybody be like, Husky Chick, that is the real deal. So everybody needs to check her out and support. And the one thing that is important is that we all support each other.
Most definitely. Most
What
definitely.
right now the series is dropped on YouTube. It's been on the platform for over 24 hours. There has been great reception, a lot of comments, a lot of feedback. Okay, now the feedback, um, some of the feedback is in particular between about. I've seen feedback mainly on the character that plays Crank. I've seen feedback on the character that plays Kenny. What are your thoughts of what's going on right now? What's taking place?
it's it's a surreal feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to know that I'm a part of something, of course, bigger than myself, and people are loving it. People are watching it. Um, it's just it's surreal. It's very surreal.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen I haven't seen all the comments, but I did see one comment, and they were saying that they absolutely liked everybody. Everybody did awesome, and the show was really good. So that that is a tearjerker.
Yeah, it actually is because of the hard work you guys put in. You guys did a lot of shooting. Had a long, I'm sure, I'm very sure, and it's been confirmed and verified that you guys had very long days on the set, right?
Hmm.
What
Yes.
shooting day like?
Whew. Um. Oh my goodness. Even though it was very meticulous, very time consuming, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love being in front of the camera. I absolutely love being behind the camera. I love everything about it. But it is tiresome. Um and TV land, the weather can be different from what
Mm-hmm.
you're what the season is, what you're actually in the season for. But and I think it was like June. Yes, it was in June when we did the park scene over again, the exchange of Kenny. It
Mm-hmm.
was hot. It was so hot. But in TV land, it's wintertime. And
Right.
we had to be in big coats, leather. But we had to get through it though. I still had fun. It was hot, but we had fun and we got through it. We got every shot that we need because Miss Shatoya she was not about to keep no trash.
Right.
She wasn't about to even record it. She gonna stop you up. No, stop.
Um, and you are part of a production team of all females and one guy. How is that?
um that is very empowering, especially during doing this right here, doing acting. Um those women are absolutely amazing women. I'm glad that I know them. I'm glad that I was given this opportunity to be a part of what they're doing. It's just absolutely amazing. When you are a part of something bigger than yourself, and then you're a part of it with people that look just like you,
Mm-hmm.
it's that's another tearjerker. It really is.
Yeah, it's a lot from what I have seen between with watching clips and everything, watching I've watched the process unfold on social media. It seems like the environment overall was a very positive, motivating, and inspiring environment to work in. Were there any challenges?
Yes, there was a lot of um, technological challenges, a lot of software issues, and none of those issues, anything, of course, on our part is with the programs that we were using to do the post production. That the technology, that technological, that was the biggest challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and it has continued to be a challenge because we couldn't release the show. There's a bug in Film Hub, so we had to release it on YouTube
Right.
instead of just continuing to wait. That was the biggest challenge.
Right. So the bug on Film Hub is basically, you guys having to run that show through Film Hub in order to get the approval to be able to release that show on Tubi and whatever other platforms you guys plan
Exactly.
on. So Shatoya made the decision to release the show exclusively on YouTube, and it is getting great, great reviews,
Yes.
great feedback. Um, and it pretty much puts everyone on the edge of their seat for season two. What um what are you hoping the viewers get out of this?
Um, other than entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, other than entertainment, I don't know. I'm trying to find. Let me see, because of course, it's not a PG-13 TV show.
No.
I mean, I just want them to be entertained, and and thrilled and suspense and all the good things
Right.
that comes along with being entertained. I
Right.
wanted to keep it, like you said, on the edge of their seats. Keep the
Right.
show on their lips because they're being entertained by it.
Right. Now, I know you said you were a Navy. Were you in the Navy too?
Yes.
Okay. So the one thing I've noticed is the main character, Benji. He's coming home from being in the military after 10 years. He's having flashbacks of the war. He has PTSD. How important was that for Shatoya to bring the issues of post traumatic stress disorder to the forefront in this?
Um, it was very to me. I feel like it was very important for her to do that because PTSD, along with a lot of other mental issues, is frowned upon in our culture,
Mm-hmm.
and it's frowned upon in our culture because people don't really just understand it. People don't seek the help and seek the treatment that they need. Um, her putting that in there and showing the trials and everything that he has to go through and what he doesn't want to have to do, um, to trigger even more problems with his PTSD was I feel necessary and a good that she did that.
Do you think it would help? It will start the conversation.
I think it does. I
Okay.
think it does. I really do. Um, those issues like that is not anything to be ashamed of. Seeking help,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with seeking help. That can save your life and that can save other people's lives as well.
Right. I think a
Mental
lot of
illness is nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever.
nothing to be ashamed
What you should be ashamed of is not seeking help for it.
or not acknowledging it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's that is something. It's becoming more mental health is becoming talked about more and more in this society today. It is an issue in the African American community. I'm so happy Shatoya talked about it in the show. I mean, I've pulled a lot of messages from the show, not just about mental illness or PTSD, but other things. I pulled three things from it. Is there anything you pulled from it just by watching the series and looking at the script and working on the set?
Um, what I pulled from it was one of the things she hit on was the PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me see. As far that's pretty much one the only thing that I could say. I mean, the show is it's about drugs and shooting and killing and things like that.
It is. It
um,
it really is. I know one thing. Okay, I'll pull maybe three or four things from it. Okay, so I pulled that the mental illness part, the PTSD, the flashbacks in the military, and everything like that. I mean, is PTSD along with mental illness is starting to become more talked about in the society today. Another thing I pulled was when Max is killed, they talk about how they did not have enough coverage in life insurance for to bury their son, and how Benji had to get a job in order to be able to help ends meet. Okay, um, so I think one thing, back in the day, this was my thoughts on that. Is like, okay, back in the old days, grandma, great grandma, and great auntie and whoever else had a life insurance policy on everybody, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now we are basically scrambling, trying to figure out how to bury a loved one if they suddenly pass away, creating GoFundMe accounts, requesting cash apps, and so on, because we're not willing to pay $10 a month for a $50,000 policy.
Yep.
It kind of speaks to me as I'm an insurance agent. That's my full-time job. So, and making sure people are properly protected. I think that particular scene with Tasha Cross and the pastor and Benji really speaks to me in various ways because of me working in that field and seeing that happen. Do you quite often see that happen in real life? I know
Yes.
you. I know I do.
Yes, I have. Sadly, I have. I have.
Okay. And you it don't all people don't always have the family to be able to pull together if something like that were to happen. So you did selling chicken dinners and selling t-shirts when a t-shirt should be like a memorabilia rather than
Exactly.
pay for a funeral service. That's what I pulled from that. I pulled also in the scenes like the first episode, Benji comes home. Your character is in the house. Eve
Mm-hmm.
is in the house. Everybody's in the house. Is Deacon Andrews in the house? I don't remember. But
No.
what I know is it's like basically, um, you never know who's your enemy and who has your back and who doesn't, who's waiting for your downfall and who was waiting for you to crumble up.
Most definitely.
Okay. I mean, those
Most
three things that
definitely.
I mentioned,
Say that one more time.
would you agree with those?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Who
And then on top, him being back, he wasn't really just he's been away for so long. He doesn't know how these people have changed.
mm-hmm.
And he wasn't really concerned with who's there and who's not there. He's just back and happy to be back. But you have to be watching your back at all times when you in that type of life.
Right. And then him being gone for 10 years, he doesn't
Mm-mm.
realize how much people have changed. And we learn that in society every day too. People, there are people that still, I'm in my 40s. I'll be 43 at the end of the month. So there are people that are still like doing stuff in their 20s that you haven't seen years ago, and it's like, okay, I can't party, I can't be on that level. If I could, I would, but it's not happening. And like in this case, when he reunites with Eve, Eve is like, I'm gonna get that old thing back. I mean,
She was determined.
yeah, she gets that taste, but in the end, she's being, he doesn't realize until, that she is being vengeful just as anyone else is. And then
Mm-hmm.
learns her lesson. Um, I think there's various themes that Shatoya mentioned throughout the 6 episodes of this show. And I'm hoping that that the viewers really pick up on it.
Most definitely. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Now you also now did we talk about your role as associate producer?
No, we did not.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Tell me about that.
Well, my role as associate producer, I am the first contact for everyone that comes through wanting to be a part of Royal House. Um, as far as our clients, our actors, um, once you have been onboarded and all the necessary paperwork and things like that have been done, you then are passed over to Miss Paula. But I still do different stuff like the paperwork and all that type of stuff, and anything that needs to be done on the computer, stuff like that, making the schedules, and then we help out, of course, with the post production, anything that's needed in post production.
So you pretty much now you are also, are you in charge of getting the casting and all that started? Like, when people email for casting calls and all that, because you guys are now in the process of casting for season 2.
Yes, we are in the process of casting for season 2. We all have a hand in the auditions, though. Um, the first contact, of course, is me. And once I get all the information needed, then they're passed over to Miss Paula, and we collectively look at their their audition reels or clips and make a decision on whether or not they pass on to the physical audition that we'll be holding in February.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you one other thing. This is I'm kind of veered away from that, and I'm looking forward to seeing who the new cast members and everything. Because, like I said, this is Shatoya is coming up with some stuff. Have you read
Yes.
any scripts yet? Or no?
No, I have not, and I want to read seasons 2 new script, but I have not had a chance to read it. We have been really, really busy. We have
Okay.
been really, really busy.
So I'm gonna ask you something about behind the scenes, okay, in shooting
Mhm.
the show. Okay, what was your funniest moment behind the scenes while on set?
Oh my goodness. There has been so many of them. Let me see. Mm. I would say filming pretty much anything Tia does, because that lady, she
Mm-hmm.
falls out on the floor, and each time she do it, it catches you by surprise, and you can't laugh because we're filming. And it's she is she loves being on the floor. She loves it. That's funny to me. Those we have a lot of funny scenes like that of behind the scenes with her.
Any with the guys?
Let me see. Crank is he is so silly. That is a silly man. Um, he has a lot of jokes. Um, during rehearsal, he has lots of jokes while we're rehearsing,
Mm-hmm.
and it filters into the filming. Um, he and Skeen were going back and forth. I think that's episode 6. Before we actually started filming, they were
Mm-hmm.
rehearsing, and they was just going back and forth with the jokes and stuff. Funny. Both
Mm-hmm.
of them some funny guys.
Okay. But nothing crazy or anything happened on set that is that that we're not going to see, or that may have kept everyone from working, or that made a scene better took place.
No, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Not that I can remember.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking about, yeah,
I'm
nothing stopped us from ever filming. We had a film date, we filmed.
right. I'm looking at comments and stuff too, right? And it's like I guess someone put, mine was when Miss Paula was slating, and she kept saying, "Scene one, take one, steakhouse."
Oh yes. Miss Paula was hungry. She was
Okay.
hungry.
That see that I could really go for a steak right now too. I guess I'm gonna get a steak later on. But yeah, yeah, steakhouse. It was supposed to be stash house is what I'm looking at the comments.
Yes, it was supposed to be Stash House. It was.
Who was your favorite person to work with?
Oh, that is an unfair question because I absolutely love working with all of them. I really did.
Okay, but
Um,
they're not gonna jump you if you pick one. So
I ain't
who's
worried
the
about
one?
that. No way.
just,
um,
just take that. Just unsheath that sword. And you'll be all right.
I
No,
know,
but
right?
seriously.
Let me see. My favorite person to work with. Um, oh my God, Tia and filming Tia and Rick. I really didn't just work with them. I think I had maybe
Hmm.
two scenes. I know it was the memorial. Ooh. But working, I can't remember if it was more than two scenes, but working with those two was really good. It was awesome. They were always on point with their lines and everything. We didn't have to do a lot of takes as far as correction with them.
Hmm.
Um, Eve and Benji, it was nice working with them too as well. They
Okay.
their chemistry, and Eve is just she is just a loose cannon, and it's wonderful working with her, seeing her process and seeing her work. I like that.
Who did you have the best chemistry with?
Let me see. It would have to be. I would have to say it's Crank. I would have to
Okay.
say it's because we are in a lot of scenes together. And like he's always joking. Oh my God, he keep me laughing all the time. It's definitely him. He kept me
Oh,
laughing all the time.
okay. And then how was it working with? Okay, so you've been working with Shatoya since the production of the show. You initially came in as an extra. You got casted as a role, and you became associate producer. So you basically hit the target 3 times in the show. Okay, so it looks like we're moving up the ladder. What do you think the
Hmm.
next thing is going to? I mean, okay, so what do you think the next thing is going to be with that? Are you the only one that did that? I know initially, Stefan was supposed to audition for a different role. He became Benji. Dontre was supposed to be Benji, but he wound up becoming Max, right? So it looks like there was a lot of moving around initially. Do you think you're gonna go up a little bit further?
Oh,
And
I
do you
know
think
I
you're gonna
am.
expand?
I
I
know
mean,
I
okay,
am. Yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
okay, okay. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers?
I hope you guys absolutely love what we have done. I thank you guys, those that have supported us. I thank you guys for your support. I thank you guys for hanging in there with us this long, waiting for the show to drop. Um, I hope you continue to like what we put out for you.
I
And
love it.
thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the love.
Have you looked at the comments on YouTube?
I have been busy.
Mm,
I haven't even gotten episode 6 in. I haven't even watched it. I've been really busy getting
right.
these auditions and stuff processed.
Cool. Yeah. There are some comments that I'm gonna be talking about a little later on
Oh, I was about to say
in my
let's
next
go
in,
over some
in our
comments
next
now. I would
interviews.
love to hear them.
You want to hear some?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna tell you a few because I'm gonna save the ones for later. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
I know one lady want to be choked by Crank.
You
I
already
know
okay?
that.
Yeah, somebody wants Crank to choke them too. I'm like,
Yes.
damn, no filter whatsoever. Yeah, I'm like, okay, they
She
want to
was
be
very
choked by.
open and
They're bold. The analytics on YouTube have been awesome within the last 24 hours. Looking at everything. Let me pull up because that's what we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. We're gonna talk about getting choked by Crank. Okay. Yeah, Crank can choke me like that is what they said. Their exact words.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now it's a little bit, raunchy. However,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, man. I'm
there is
telling
nothing
you.
wrong. Let me tell you something.
Nothing.
There is nothing wrong with being choked. Okay.
Get that
Okay.
hand around
But
that family. Just don't squeeze too hard, man. Shoot.
nah, there's nothing wrong with being. There's nothing wrong with being choked. Okay. However, there's some women that are like, we can't talk about that in the open.
Why the hell not?
I mean, you know how it. Come on, Kai. I mean, you might be bold enough to talk about being choked, and I might be bold enough to talk about being choked. But some women might not want everybody to know what their bedroom secrets are and how we can't talk. That's a whole different conversation. I had to catch myself on that, but
Man, you like being choked? Get choked, baby. Get choked.
yeah. But we're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna keep it clean, okay?
Yes.
Um,
What was the next comment?
let me find the next comment. All right, I gotta go to episode 6. So that's where most of the comments are. Yes, Black Excellence, awesome cast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Who said that? Thank you.
Um,
Thank you so much,
this
viewer.
YouTube subscriber, her name is Yasmin B90, and if she's watching it, we are live on YouTube. Also, we're actually just live streaming from YouTube and Facebook. We're not doing Instagram. So that's on the Vengeance page. Most of the comments are about Crank. So like, you got one about Javante's role, but most of the comments are about Crank. So I'm like, would you say he's the standout character in this show?
He is. He's a standout character altogether in real life.
Right.
He really is.
And this is
He
his first.
is.
This is his first time actually on the screen.
Yes, and he portrayed his role very awesome.
Right.
Very
So
awesomely. Very awesomely.
yeah. But yeah. So then one great first season. Crank got my heart though. LOL. Best character along with Eve. So it looked like they're talking about Eve too. So
She's
um
amazing.
yeah. So I mean, we're gonna talk. When I will be talking with them a little later on, and we're gonna get down to the stuff. I mean, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna have a casual conversation like you and I are having right now. But I cannot wait to see what the next comments are in the coming days. So yeah, but it looks like
I can't
everybody.
wait either. I can't wait to
Crank,
see it either.
Crank is the villain. They love them some Crank. I don't hear nothing about no Benji.
I mean, everybody likes a bad boy.
Yeah, everybody likes a
Everybody
bad.
likes a bad boy. I don't care whether you're
Mhm.
afraid to admit it. Everybody likes a bad boy.
Yeah, but that chick, she want to get choked. She wants to get. But yeah,
Frank, do
but
not be out here giving it your fans what they want. Don't do that, man.
yeah, nah, don't do that. But I guess it feels mighty nice to be able to think about that. So
Hey,
so, but
can't control
yeah,
her imagination.
nah, you can't control anybody's imagination. But it's nice to know. Someone said, "Choke me." What the? Okay, let me get out these comments because these comments they're on.
Now you go ahead and read it. What it say?
No,
What
I'm
they
reading. I'm reading the comments in our live too. So
say?
someone said, "Choke me." WTF? What was? I hope hope say less means what's that foolishness and not the other WTF. So um But we know he Crank is not gonna get them what they want. So, but he did outstanding as Crank. So, but I'm like, damn, when I saw, Chatoya had mentioned it yesterday, and then I saw because we talk about it in our conversation last night.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That's
Okay.
the only comment I know of because she mentioned it. I haven't been able to look at any of the comments or anything.
Yeah, I think shit, this might wind up turning into the Crank show. I think I kind of feel like the storyline is gonna change like drastically in season two, maybe when season three comes. But I think looks like all eyes are on Crank, and this is like a breakout role that
And
I
that's
consider
awesome.
for him,
Congratulations to you,
which
Ray.
is so, and I'm very sure he poured his heart and soul into that. So
Yes, he
shout
did.
shout out to Ray. So
Yes. Congratulations, Ray.
yes. So thank you so much for coming up here with me today. I know last week there was some scheduling conflict and we weren't able to really get it done, but we made it happen today. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
look forward to seeing. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be, behind the scenes as far as a journalist or interviewer and working with you guys as you guys put season two together. Right now I'm just doing these interviews with you all so everyone can learn about the show, learn about the production, and learn about the characters, and then we'll go from there. So
Hmm.
much success to you, Kai. Thank you so much for talking to me today. So we're gonna go ahead and end this live. Go ahead and stay in the chat. Stay in with me, okay?
Okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is my pleasure. 1 second. And oh yeah, if you look at the ticker, the link for Vengeance is Mine is scrolling across. It is on YouTube. You can also search Vengeance is Mine TV show in the search on YouTube. And watch all 6 episodes. This is a great weekend to watch it. It's a 3-day weekend for most of us. So go ahead and watch it, enjoy it. Make those comments and tell your family, your friend, your cousin, your loved one, your enemy, the bum on the street, and anyone else you know about Vengeance is Mine. Written, directed, and produced by Shatoya Nicole.
Yes,
All right,
baby.
let's wrap it up.